impacting students. As children become students, they enter into a critical time in their lives. Education in school is where the development of these young minds come to life, and these students begin to grow intellectually while also finding more about themselves personally. This experience of school and becoming educated offers opportunities for these kids to excel, challenge themselves, mature, and prosper. Students can receive the learning that they need to be successful in life, while also becoming more social in society. This learning system may be admirable from the outside, giving the young people in the world opportunities to grow and prosper, but what can be harder to see is the thing that can hold them back. What is supposed to be a place of positivity and growth can become a place that students dread going to every day, and this is all due to the concept and psychological response of fear. Instead of being able to achieve and thrive, fear can limit these possibilities and have more of a negative impact than a positive one. It can unfavorably harm students in their social and mental well-being, while also negatively impacting their future in education and job opportunities. My question was, how does fear impact students in the classroom? And I came to the conclusion that it impacts them academically, socially, and emotionally, and it harms their future in education and job opportunities. Starting off with the academic aspect, the biggest fear that students face academically is the fear of failure. The factors that lead into this are the pressure that they put on themselves, stress from their parents, and disappointing their teachers. It is most likely also a combination of these. A bad grade on a test or quiz has the ability to lower their confidence and self-esteem, resulting in fear of future setbacks. Also, if they were encouraged to try a challenging course or something that they might be interested in, they might not take that opportunity out of fear that they will fail that course. Even participation in the class may become hard for them out of fear that they will answer the question wrong and embarrass themselves in front of the class. If they are scared of failure, there is no way for them to reach their full potential in the classroom setting. School may be thought of as just a place for academics and a learning environment, but it is also where students have and meet their friends. However, fear in the classroom socially can stop their interactions with their peers, ultimately damaging them emotionally as well. The biggest fear that students face socially is the fear of judgment and rejection. In younger kids and up to their teens, peer pressure and judgment is something that a lot of them struggle with. And if they are scared of judgment and rejection, they may stop interacting with other kids altogether. This leads to the loss of teamwork, social development, and they might start dreading going to school altogether. On the emotional side of this, it can lead to students feeling depressed, strong anxiety, lonely, and even less important overall. While combining the toll that the fear in the classroom can take on a student scholar academically, socially, and emotionally, their future journey in education can become at risk. If kids experience fear in the classroom, even from the earliest ages, they might lose their confidence and have doubts about their future in education. If this occurs, their current potential in the classroom may be lost, and also in their future education as well. Also, if they're already thinking about themselves as failures in the classroom, they might stop caring altogether. This can lead to bad habits being formed, and one example of this is lack of motivation. According to Zoloth 2023, sometimes students lack motivation, so they become apathetic. When students are unmotivated, they might feel that academic success doesn't matter or that they will never achieve it. Students who lack motivation might have experienced a good deal of failure early on in their education and feel that there is no point in trying any longer. This is an example of one bad habit that can be developed early on, which will only hurt them in their future education and job opportunities if they no longer care to try. There is no doubt that fear is also seen in other aspects of life, but it is able to be overcome. For example, through the article Thompson, Simone Biles and the Most Human Meaning of Courage, the author uses the main idea of courage with her decision to withdraw from the Tokyo Olympics. The pressure that athletes face and the mental challenges were shown in this article, highlighting the struggles of athletes and putting their happiness first, which takes courage. According to Thompson's description of Simone, but she didn't run. Instead, she went toe-to-toe with disappointment, with frustration, with failure, with the frightening aspect of being transparent. This shows the fear that Simone had to overcome as an athlete, and even she had to overcome the fear of failure. However, she shows it is possible to do so. This again is seen in the short story called Through the Tunnel, when the main character wants to be similar to other boys on vacation swimming through the underwater tunnel. He wants to challenge himself to do the same thing, even with the fear of getting stuck in the tunnel or drowning. However, he overcomes this fear and finds the courage within himself to swim through the tunnel. Not only does he overcome it, but he reaches his highest potential and accomplishes the goal that he had set for himself. Taking it back to the classroom setting, the ways to overcome fear are by finding the courage within ourselves, an open environment and classroom where everyone is included and people can grow, and having an optimistic and resilient mindset to look at failure as a chance to grow and start again. By having an inclusive environment in the classroom with the help of teachers where students can form friendships and be vulnerable with each other, they can open up chances for vulnerability and not be so scared socially. Also, by having a positive mindset and saying good things about themselves, students will be less scared to fail and be able to accomplish the challenging tasks ahead of them. Similarly, having a resilient mindset does the same thing, but it shows students that it is okay to fail and it will not be the end of the world. Overall, the impact of fear of students within the classroom not only harms them in their academic journey, but it extends socially, which hurts their emotions. Stemming from fear of failure or a bad test grade, all the way to what other students might think of them, can hurt them as they are developing in these important aspects in their life. However, it can be overcome by having an open, closed classroom environment, positive and resilient mindsets, and having the courage to accept failures and learn from them. According to Peppercorn 2018, the chips aren't always going to fall where you want them to. But if you understand that reality going in, you can be prepared to bring the most value out of that experience, no matter the outcome.
How did your research question evolve as you moved through the process?
It evolved because I was gonna kind of start, I kind of had it more narrow where I was gonna talk about just fear of testing and how that impacts test scores and grades. But then I opened it back up to just fear in the classroom as a whole so I could add in that social aspect because that's a huge part that can be overlooked.
Okay, all right, thank you. What are the implications of the findings to the community?
I think it would help school administrators to see these types of fears that students face. It can help them make new policies like anti-bullying policies or extended time on tests so that way students won't be as scared for academic and social reasons.
Okay, thank you.